Oh, Mr. Granham, whatever you are, give me your goodies. Where are you hiding this time? You're actually running away. Go, B1. Ooh, flux rifle. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Hopefully this one's mine. They're supposed to spawn in a specific order, but for some reason, every time I'm second, it spawns third place, or third squad member, ahead of mine. And it's pretty much every time. Also, what are you doing? That's weird options. I'm not even touching the controller, but it shot up with the controller options. And here we go. I'm gonna start pretty much exactly the same way. By walking over to this, taking off this, and putting on a new weapon. Yes, that's right. I'm still working on that while trying to get a hold of all of these while I can. Now, for the Flux rifle, I do believe there's only one other variant, and this is better in every single way. Or at least it should be. But it's not. They have doubled the crit chance, but lowered the crit multiplier, increased the accuracy, which I don't know, unless it has tracking in it. Don't know how that works. Sister modified flux rifle with increased fire rate and range is the most important part of this. The fire rate and the range. It is a beam based weapon, so the higher the fire rate, the more damage per second. It's going to take 5 former, and it comes with no polarities either. So you can't even put a good build into it to start with. Biggest downfall to these things. I'm kind of lost for words. This weapon obviously fixed everything wrong with this weapon. The range, everything about it was horrible. But I just uncovered the fact that I have a Riven for this, and I've put the Riven in, and it's just turned everything to liquid goneness. Just gone. This is the first time using it since maxing this Riven out, and it's on its last former, and across the room, gone. They're level 60s, it's just as if they weren't even there. What the actual... Okay, out of all of the Tenet weapons, this was not going to be anywhere near the first that I did. Maybe now. Because... yeah... how? There are obviously better ones, but this... has kind of taken me all of a sudden by very, very big surprise. Okay, that wasn't this weapon. That was. That. Well, they're all almost dead anyway. You just spawned in and you're all dead. What? No! It was not doing this before I upgraded the Riven. The Riven has multi-shot on that has just turned this thing into a whole new level of beast. The only thing that could make this better is an augment that makes the beam arc between enemies. That would have just made this thing super overkill. It really would have. I just fell in love with a weapon that I haven't used since this... basically since this game added it into... it's just... what? Just to kind of prove that it's not a fluke, if we go to the next one, it was not doing this moments before. It is... I don't even have this thing set up correctly to go against the Corpus. It has viral on it. It is just... yeah, 70s. 70 gone. 70 gone. Multi-shot is going to be an essential for this. Multi-shot and fire rate. Yeah, that, the way the enemies keep coming towards me, that's my Sentinel. Before anybody asks that one, because people keep asking, and yeah, it's the Sentinel is pulling the enemies towards me, because I was trying to level up melee weapons, but I thought, well, I may as well finish this thing, and oh my... what the actual... I did not this thing, it was okay. I had all these plans of doing this and saying this thing actually fixed everything that was wrong with the Flux rifle. Which is exactly what it did. The Flux rifle's biggest problem was its range, and this thing fixed it, and it fixed it so well. Giving it more damage just made it so much better, like ridiculously. Compared to the original one, this is what the original one should have been to begin with. But the original one was this to begin with, and it just kind of, as the enemies got harder and the missions got longer, it just faded into non-existence. You can still get it, people do still use it, you just don't see it unless it's in the hands of the corpus, and it's a huge shame. I think that's about to change, because as everybody out there knows, I never build these things the best anyway for damage, but yeah, there's no denying that. This is melting the enemies. Level 70 heavies should not go down that quickly. That is because building this thing for multi-shot is an essential. Range has been fixed with it. Multi-shot, yeah, it's just going to fix everything and make this thing just melt the enemies out of existence. I'm trying to take out the sentinels and failing epically, and now you can all go away, and now we just do this and make the map clear. 1 second, now you can go over here and do it. Everything gone. Survivor. No survivors. And of course they're spawned in over there. It's literally, they're coming around the corner and I'm killing them almost instantly. And now everybody else is going to join in. This I did not see coming for this weapon. But as I mentioned earlier, the biggest problem with the original Flux rifle was range. It had no range, which meant you could build it as powerful as you want. There was the trick a long time ago of shooting it through Volt Shield that increased the range of it. This fixed it just so well. The fact that this has increased fire rate and the magazine capacity because of that Riven, I didn't even know I had that Riven. I have no idea how long it's been there for, but yeah, I will be rolling that quite a few times to come. But that is why things like the Sinister Reach that I put in there, because, well, every other mod I had in there turns out to be kind of a waste. It increased the beam length by, what was it, 12? Which increases it quite a bit, but this thing doesn't have range to it for some weird reason. So it's on there, but I don't actually know if it did anything. Hence when I was talking about the mods in it, I have in it. That's just kind of to show that I basically have crit, a little bit of status, and multi-shot. Yes, taking out the sisters to get a hold of the Tenet Flux rifle can be time consuming, but it's worth it. This, it went from what was going to be my second least liked of the Tenet weapons, Tenet primary weapons, to possibly my favourite, because it's taken something that was old and it made it not just better, not just fixed, it improved it in pretty much every way. I slowed the reload on this and it's still got a fairly quick reload. I wish I'd known I had that Riven beforehand, because I would have put it on here and been leveling it with this, because this thing would have leveled up so much quicker. I literally leveled it up once and put it away. But as you could see, the 5 formers are now on there, it is now finished, and I am not regretting it in the slightest. When this is over, this is one of those weapons I may actually leave equipped, because it just seems to be melting the enemies, which seems to be much better than the other ones. And dare I say it, without actually going back and having a look at it since I leveled it up and just put it aside for now to level everything else, even better than the Plasma Arc. No, that's not right, is it? Yes, it is. The Arca Plasmor, not the Plasmor Arca. It's the Tenet Arca Plasmor. It may even be better than that. It doesn't have more damage. It has nowhere near the damage that thing has. But it was melting enemies that it really shouldn't. It's not better than it, it's more fun. Because it's a Flux rifle. You don't see these things anymore. People are going to get this and throw it aside, and it is just so much fun to use this. Now the range has been fixed. Yeah, I think I may be returning to this one in the future. But for now, I do think we'll leave this off here for now. I said for now twice, but never mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.